obviously, you get to this point where your life changes in a second. It was like full speed ahead going this way. My husband is an excellent Bible teacher, and he was preaching like 3 times a week at all these camps. We were running ragged. We had a college ministry going at this church, planted another church. We were planting other churches. Like, we were doing the thing, like so much stuff all the time. And next thing you know, we're just like caring for our little girl who's like completely shattered. She had a huge tumor in her abdomen, the size of a Nerf football.
Wow.
And cancer treatment for what she had is initially about 9 months. And so we just like hunker down, we're going to do the thing. And after 9 months, it was like, okay, she's cancer free. And that lasted about 6 weeks. And that tumor came back, and it was 3.5 years of hospitals and just being, in that zone with her. And there's like a turning point for us. There was a catalyst. And it's funny because it took a few years. Obviously, our lives changed really fast. You go from like spinning your wheels, and these are all good and right and beautiful things. It's not like we were doing anything wrong or whatever. We were just doing a lot. And we decided that we were going to uproot our family. It was like, there's nothing else we can do for you. The doctors are like, that's it. We've tried everything we can do. There's nothing we can do.
Wow.
And we were like, all right, last ditch effort. We're going to uproot our family and move to Israel. We're going to go there for as long as it takes. And they're going to do experimental stuff. And we're like, hey, go for it. Try whatever you want. Like, we want to save
Yeah.
our baby's life. And we were down at UCLA at the hospital, and we were harvesting her stem cells so that they can do things with them at this clinic in Israel.
Right.
And I'd been there for a week already, waiting for like her blood counts to rise. And we're sitting in the hospital, and I hate hospitals, number one. I don't know anyone who loves them. That
Yeah.
would be weird. And then you're in the middle of a city. I can't stand cities. I can't stand cities. Like, I live on a couple acres. Like, I have to have green around me. And I'm feeling
Yeah.
really sorry for myself. I'm looking out the window. It's just gray, 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 gray. And my daughter's in her bed, and she's watching cartoons or whatever. And I'm sitting in this like gross plastic chair looking out the window, and it's just the grossest view ever. And I've got my phone, and I've got Instagram open on my phone. And I was scrolling and scrolling, and this was years ago. I mean, this is what, 14 years ago, where it wasn't what it is now. It was like, but still, I was looking at everybody's posts, and everybody was at the beach, and everybody was at the barbecue, and all their little girls had long flowing hair. And my little girl was skeletal and bald and dying in a bed in this gross city. And I remember, like, literally one of the, like, I've heard the voice of God. I have audibly heard the voice of God, I promise you, a handful of times. And this was one of the times. And I heard the words, look up. And I remember being like, what? And I look up, and I hear it again, look up, like louder. And I hear God say to me, why are you looking at what you don't have and completely missing what you have? This little girl is amazing. Like, my daughter Daisy is like the raddest person ever. And God was like, who's with her right now? No one gets to be with her right now except for you. And you're missing it because you're looking at what you don't have, and you're just growing bitter. This is a gift. This is a gift I gave to you. She's still here. And I remember being like, whoa, I was wasting that gift by looking at my phone. Like, what a way. I cannot think of a worse thing to do. And I set my phone down, and I remember like climbing into bed with her, and we're cuddling and watching cartoons, and it just like changed something in me. And we were about to leave for an unknown period of time. And my husband Britt and I were talking like, how do we want this to look? Like, what should we do? And I'm like, you know what? I think we need to leave our phones at home. I think we need to get off social media, completely leave our phones at home, and just go bare bones. And we'll just get some like burner phone there if we like get lost from each other, but just be completely disconnected. And we were like, we had a blog going. I was, letting people who were so sweet to praying, so kind to give and help us get there. And I was like, we'll let you know once a week. So once a week we emailed our families, but otherwise it was complete presence. No phones, no notifications, no nothing. It was just us. And it was such a gift from God. So that was like the huge sea change for us, as far as like, whoa, why would you miss what you have and look at what you don't have? And I know that our situation was like extremely radical, and we ended up spending 3 months there. And 6 weeks after we came home, Daisy went to heaven.
Mm.
And I have zero regrets, absolutely zero regrets. And from there, I'm not a social media hater. I think there's good and beautiful things on there, but if you can't be healthy, which I can't and couldn't, I never went back on.